everyone, welcome to Mission Stitch. My name is Emmy and this is my Flosstube channel about cross stitch. Today I am going to hit you with all of my WIPs coming out of 2024. I have put them in order by start date, and I am just gonna blaze through them fast and furious. There are some on here that you haven't seen because I started them after my last Flosstube, but before the end of the year, so you're gonna see some new things. So let's get started. This is one of my very oldest WIPs. I don't even know when it dates from, but probably, I mean, like 2007-ish, 2006, 2008, right around there, if I was to guess. So this is Chatelaine, the Alhambra garden. It is beautiful. And this, I feel like, is one that you don't see very often. And it's so beautiful. This picture, like most cross stitches, does not even do it justice. So let me show you what I have done. Okay, here we go. So first of all, this middle is so beautiful. Look at that fountain, all of those beads and that sparkle. I love the specialty stitches for those flowers. And then you come out and I got one of those fountains done. And all four sides are the same. And some of her, this was one of her earlier ones. And in her later ones, she started making the four sides different, have different elements, but this is all the same. So this will be repeated. So what you see here will be repeated over here and then around all four sides. So here we go. So there is my my Alhambra Mandala Chatelaine. Now, I'm also going to share with you, kind of sprinkle throughout some of my plans, because I do have some goals of what I want to meet in 2025. And this is one of them. I want to try and get this finished in 2025. So watch for significant progress on future Flosstubes. Hopefully I can get this one done. It's so beautiful. I would love to see it done. I'm sure you all would too. But there's WIP number one. WIP number two is also a Chatelaine. It's also oldest from about that same timeline, 2006 to 2008, if I was to guess. And it is the Taj Mahal Mandala garden. Oh my gosh. And this one is so gorgeous. I've seen several people do this, and it's completely understandable why, because it's so beautiful. Here is what I have done. I've just got a good start on that middle. Now you can see what I have done and what there is left to do. Oh, there's a lot, and that's okay. I don't know what fabric this is because, again, it is so old. It's probably a 28 count. I know that it's hand dyed. If I was to guess, it's probably from like Sugar Maple Fabrics, who used to dye fabric so long ago. And it's this beautiful, you can see kind of orangey, yellowy, just, it's not showing up real fantastic. I'll get closer, but you can kind of see some of those pinky orangey patches. Anyways, it's beautiful. It's going to be so pretty for this. The floss toss is just gorgeous. And it is an opalescent. I'm sure you can see that. So once I get all of the beads on this, it's going to be so blingy. You probably can't even look at it, but this is my second WIP. Now this one is not going to get worked on this year. I have 3 total Chatelaines, and I have a goal to work on them, like finish one a year. So I think this one might be my next year goal. So you will probably not see this again until my 2025 WIP parade, but that's okay. Again, look at how beautiful that is. Oh, it's just so pretty. So, all right. WIP number 3 is Inspiration from Rosewood Manor. This is so beautiful. But when I say this one, I don't want to say it's a beast, but this one is definitely time consuming because there are so many color changes with all of those little flower vines. And I just have one corner done of that beautiful, but so time intensive border. I would love to maybe focus on this in 2025, but I don't know. But let me show you what I have done. All right, here we go. So like I have pretty much the corner. If I could get this basket done up here, then I would have a good 25% of that border done. Again, this is just so time intensive and so counting heavy. It's because you can see all of those color changes, all of those vines. There's all these little 1-2s, and the effect is so stunning. I mean, look at that. Can you imagine? Let me put it over here. When it's going to be all done, it's going to be so pretty, but it's a lot. So I would like to work on this one this year. I don't think it'll be a finish, but I would like to get maybe at least half of that border done, if not all of it. It's kind of a rough goal, but do not hold me to that one at all. Okay, but there we go. Inspiration, WIP number 3. Now, oh, that one is on, let's see, 36 count white mustard from xJuDesigns. I am using all of the called for, I think it's just DMC. Yep, it is. And I'm using called for stuff on the other two, on the 2 Chatelaines that I already showed you as well. Okay. This is WIP number 4. This is the blue Moroccan lace mandala. Again, so beautiful. Someone has done a purple conversion that is stunning. Again, it doesn't show how beautiful this is. So let me show you what I have done. Here we go. It is lovely. I don't know if you can see, but let's see. Some of the fibers in there have sparkles. I mean, some of it is like, yeah, you can kind of see. You can kind of see some of that sparkle. This is just a 32 count white lugana, just super plain, because I really wanted that blue to stand out against the white. You can see the specialty stitches. I'm using all of the called for threads. Now, if you want to do a chatelaine, this is my word of warning to you. I just ordered this from like 1-2-3 Stitch or somewhere. Okay, this is the problem: is that 1-2-3 Stitch. Well, and it doesn't matter. Any store that sells chatelaine charts, they are all going to be black and white, and it's really hard to do a chatelaine off of a black and white chart. Like, they're difficult enough already, but you throw a black and white chart in there, it is super tricky. So if you want to do a chatelaine, my suggestion to you is to go onto the Chatelaine website and purchase it from there, because you can get the printed copy. Plus, it's a PDF, and so I'm pretty sure that you can put it into Pattern Keeper. Don't quote me because I don't use Pattern Keeper, but into some kind of digital marking system so that you can keep track better. But I promise you, when I say that the color charts are so much easier to follow on chatelaines, they really truly are. So that is my suggestion to you. So Moroccan lace mandala, let's look at it one more time. And really, if I sat down and worked on this one, it probably wouldn't take me too long, because if you look, okay, so you see I have this section done, so I've got 3 more of those sections. So that's in there. So I've got those 3, and then I just need to come out and do those. I mean, it is still a lot, but it's not like that Taj Mahal one. So this is a little bit more manageable. But again, this one is probably not going to see any work this year, probably not next year if I focus on Taj. So this is probably a 2027 piece. So say bye to it till my WIP parade next year when you won't see any progress. Okay, this next one. We know her and we love her, Queen of Freedom from Mirabilia. I started her several years ago. Let's see, back in 22 on Election Day. So, all right, here she is. Now, I worked hard on her this year, and she's really close to being done, and I just did not have enough time to get her finished. As you can see, I'm doing the skin over one. And if I had not done the skin over one, she probably would be a finish. But I've got to finish her little décolleté and her face and her, well, her whole head. And then add all of the beads. And then she will be done. So, I mean, a solid 2 to 3 weeks, she could be finished. I do want to finish her this year. So hopefully that will be, let me show you again. So see, so I've got to finish up here, all of that, and then just add in my beads. So it's really not not too much. This is definitely a possible finish for 2025. And I think that I will try and get her done. She is going to be so beautiful. Now this fabric is 28 count fabric, Flair printed. I think it's called We the People. And I'm using all of the called for flosses, which is all just DMC. And I'll use the called for beads and stuff. So there you go, Queen of Freedom. Next one, I love this one so much. This is from Sampler and Antique Needlework Quarterly, I believe it is. And this is called the 1816 Vierlande Sampler. It is so beautiful. It's so huge. But I love working on this one so much. And I've got, I think, 3 of these done, almost 3. So let me show you. I worked on this a little bit in 2024. Oh, it's just so, so beautiful. So this is on 36 count tin roof from Weeks, and I'm using Anchor Black 2/2. So I've got a really solid stitching. Like, that is really good. Isn't that stunning? Oh, it's so beautiful. But I have what I would classify as huge. I have 3 huge projects, and I've decided that I'm going to focus on them on one a year. This one is not going to make it for this next year, for 2025. Maybe for 2026. We'll see how I feel. But this one you probably won't see any work on until the new year, until 2026. So, oh, it's so pretty though. Oh, it's just stunning. All right, next one is Rose Chocolat, and that is by Reflet de Soie. This is a pattern you don't see very often, and it's just so subtle but beautiful. Just all of these browns in those beautiful alphabets. Not even a border, which is kind of nice actually. And look at the way it's finished with that lace around it. It's really pretty. So let me show you. This one I am doing on 38 count Himalayan Fog, which is a Access Commodities. Okay, and this is what I have done. Now, it does look like some of it ghosts a little bit, and you know what? I like it like that because if you can see, there we go. You can kind of tell that it goes on there, and I just really love it. It gives it that antique-y feeling. So that is what I'm going for here. It's just so pretty. Those letters are beautiful. So I don't have a ton done on that. This might be one that I focus on in 2025. If I'm feeling the need to stitch alphabets, this is the one that I will pull out. So you may or may not see progress on that, but I do love this one. And I am using, I think, mostly all of the called for AVAS. Okay. Next one is Hoity Toity by Long Dog. Oh, I love this one so much, but it wasn't sitting right with me for some reason. Let me show you what I've got done. All right, so here's what I have done. So this is on 40 count vellum from Picture This Plus, and I was using the called for overdyes, but I was looking at it and I wasn't loving it. And it wasn't until I was showing a friend and we were chatting about it that I put my finger on it. And I love, the palette is just so bright and springy, and then it's all set off by this black border. But then you have that brown, that orangey brown. And that's what I was not loving. And so I decided that I am going to unpick all of that, and I am going to replace it with, I think, more of an orange, something that fits better with this like pinky blue palette. Now this one is not going to be worked on in 2025, so this is probably where you will see it when we revisit a WIP parade in 2025. But it is so beautiful. So I just have this top left corner done. Let me see if I can hold them both at the same time. There we go. So just up there, you can see. And this one, I mean, this is a little time intensive too. You can see all of those color changes. So it's okay. I still love it. I'm really excited about it, more than I was to do that color change. So anyways, all right, there's Hoity Toity. Next is, oh, I love this one so much, Harriet Cooper from Queenstown Sampler Designs. This is just so original, not like a typical sampler that you see And the colors are so beautiful. That orange house and then this bluish lawn. Let me show you what I've got done. Oh, plus look at the shadows on those flower pots. Like, it's just so pretty. All right. I did work on this one a little bit in 2024. And this is a piece that I want to finish in 2025. I've got threads hanging all over, so just excuse that. But there we go. So I have the house almost done. I need to finish filling it in. I worked on this tree this year, I know, and a little bit of this grass. So I need to finish filling in all the grass. All of that is just fill in. I need to finish up that tree and the fence, and then just repeat it all on the other side. There are some little figures like the little dog and the people. And then these shadows up here. Now this is all stitched. This is the original fabric that they stitched on, and then this is all stitched. I picked this fabric with the intention to just leave it, leave that bottom and the top, and I think it's going to turn out. If not, then I can stitch and it will just be like the ultimate fill-in. But I think if I pressed hard, I could have this done in not too much time. So I do want to get this done in 2025. So look for that in future episodes and hopefully as a finish. Okay, next, Spring at Hawkrun Hollow from Carriage House Samplings. Not very many people stitch this one, and I don't know why, because, oh, I love it so much. Like, the colors are just so fun. The boxes are so fun. Like, look at that cute mama sheep and the baby lamb, and then the birds and the flowers, the kites. It's just so happy and fun. So I've got 2 of the 12 squares, and not the that header either, which is pretty big. So, I mean, this is on, let's see here, pull up my screen. Oh, I didn't tell you that Harriet Cooper is on 40 Count Molly by Grace Notes, just using code for DMC. Okay, this one is on 40 Count Mushroom, and I'm just using the DMC, not the AVAS Soie, I think that it calls for, or MPIs. Anyways, so I have those 2 done. Now, there are some missing long stitches because I did not want to worry about those getting all messed up as I moved around, so I will do those at the very end. But I have those 2 squares done. They're so cute. Like, look how cute this boat is, and those little waves. It's really cute. I would like to make some progress on this one. I'm kind of thinking maybe a block a month, but if you've stitched Hawkrun Hollow before, you know that these are pretty intensive, and they're kind of like, that one's not awful, but like this one and this one and definitely that one, this one are not full coverage, but there's a lot of stitching in there. And so I don't know if this is going to get finished, but I would like to do at least a couple of squares. So we'll see how the year works out. Next one. Oh, I love this one so much. emi.mission.stitch. Again, I don't know if I'm saying that right, from Reflet Soie. This one I fell in love with because it's not your typical sampler colors. It is like those purples and greens, like lime green, and then the pansies. Can you see the pansies? Like, look how cute they are. Love this one so, so much. I am almost halfway done with this one. That border looks really intensive. It's really not too bad. Oh, I said halfway. Maybe I'm only a quarter of the way. All right, maybe a quarter of the way. But I was surprised when I was working on this one. Did I work on it this year? I think maybe I did. How quick that border actually went. And it's so pretty. I would love to see this finished in 2025. I would love it. So I probably won't work on this until late spring, early summer, and maybe even through the summer, but it's beautiful. I'm really hoping for a finish on this one. So let's keep your fingers and watch for that. Okay, next one is Celebrate Christmas from Madame Chantilly. Oh, did I forget to tell you fabric again? Yes, Emma Ponquan is on 40 count lamb's wool from xJuDesigns. I'm using the called for DMC. Okay, this one I am also using the called for DMC. I am doing this one on a 28 count platinum lugana, but I am doing it 1/1. So it's little. Now, if you've ever stitched these or seen them stitched, they're like big, like really big. And I wanted mine just little because this looks pretty little. So 1/1 completely solved that problem. Like, look, it's going to be the perfect size. Now, I do have to kind of force myself to work on this one. I love this looking at it. I don't love doing 1/1 on 28 count. I don't mind it on 25 count for some reason, but when you get to 28, it's got to be a mental thing because it's not that different, but it really is so cute. Like, look at that cute vase and the cute sprigs and the little Santa and the tree and the jar. That cute candy cane. Oh, I would like to make some progress on this one, maybe during Jolly July, and even try for a finish. I don't know. There is still a lot to do. So, because I only have this little guy, like I have this done. So maybe, and not even all of that. Maybe almost a third of it done. Not too bad. So it's really cute though. I've got that little handle done for that hot cocoa. You can kind of see right there, and the rim of the cup. So anyways, we'll see if this one calls to me when Jolly July comes around, because there's one other one that might. Okay, next is Phoenix Sampler from Twin Peak Primitives. This one's so beautiful. Like that vase of roses and those phoenixes, and then that house is stunning. Okay, this one I am doing on 40 count vellum from Picture This Plus. This is what I have done. So I've got the house pretty much outlined so that I'm ready to do a lot of fill in. I do still have a long ways to go, obviously. I mean, that big vase of roses, the phoenixes, the whole border. There is all of the letters, the alphabet and the numbers, and then that phrase at the bottom. I would love to work on this one in 2025. I don't know if I'm going to have time. So this one might just sit like this for another year. This will probably be, honestly, if I'm being realistic, this will probably be a 2026, like not necessarily focus piece, but something that I want to get finished in 2026. But it is pretty, look, like I've got that filled in. It's just really pretty. So there you go. Phoenix Sampler. Okay, next one is Summer Quaker from Leela Studios. This is another one I would love to work on this year, but it probably won't happen just because I have other things that are going to take priority. But this beautiful Quaker border is lovely. But then that scene in the middle is pretty intensive. I mean, it really is. But the colors are so fun. I am doing this one on 40 count Ocean Sand from Atomic Ranch. I'm using the called for over dyes, and that's what I have done. Not very much, just a tiny little corner. And it is really fun. My only problem is, like, I don't see, you can't see. These are like two different blues, this diagonal and then this Quaker, and you can't really see it because they're just close. But anyways, so this one will likely not see any love this year. This is a 2026 focus, probably, maybe even, I might even push it to 2027. We'll see. But it is cute, and I do love the chart, and I would love to do all of them. Okay, this next one is kind of a Vierlande sampler. This is just from a shop on Etsy that I found. Those motifs are so beautiful. Now, I actually started this one because I wanted to do an experiment with some floss that I had. And so this is on 32 count blank canvas from Live and Die LA. And if you can see, the coverage is really great because I am using one strand of Wildflowers floss. Let's see. Black Forest Wildflowers from Karen. So the same people that make Water Lily, and there it's brown, and you can kind of see there is some beautiful variegation where it gets dark and then it turns into a beautiful brown. So I just have that one motif done, and then I've started that bottom one. Now these are bigger than they seem. I mean, on here, I guess they look pretty big, but this one took me way longer than I thought it would. And so these others are even more intensive, and they're going to take a long time. Now, I did have the thought when I was working on this one last time, I put in a few stitches in 2024, not very many, but I thought that maybe I would just do these really big motifs and not do all of these little ones. I don't know. That remains to be seen. They're just so beautiful. So, and I really love the coverage. Again, this was an experiment, but I really love the coverage of those wildflowers on this. You can see it's just really pretty. So there we go. All right, next one. Oh, this one. Pandemic. We all know it. We all love it. Another one, right? From Long Dog Samplers. I am doing this one on 40 count kunzite by Fiber on a Whim with Silks for You 069, which is a navy blue. All right, and I started down in this corner. Let me show you what I got done. Oh, it's beautiful. It's so beautiful. I love this navy purple combo. It's just really, really pretty. See, you're getting better view actually here. I have like a whole bed sheet of fabric here. It like folds and folds and folds because this takes like a half yard of fabric because it is a huge chart. But, oh, I turned it. Like those little curly cues and that peacock. It's just so pretty. This is another one I would love to get to, but I've got it. Oh, this is my second huge one that I would classify as huge, like as a BAP, right? And in fact, I think I started this for the BAP to school. Anyways, this one is likely not going to see any love. It didn't see any love in 2024. Probably, I'm sure it won't in 2025. I'm thinking, I don't know if it'll be 26, maybe 27, but I do love it. So there's Pandemic. Next one. Oh, I love this one. This is the Zimmerman Coverlet by Modern Folk Embroidery. It's so beautiful. Oh, it's just so pretty. I have seen so many beautiful versions. A good friend of mine did it on white with all black. That is stunning. If you watch Brenda Handwork Maniac, she is doing it on white, but with a DMC variegated blue. Oh, it's so pretty. It is so, so pretty. I am doing mine on, let's see, 40 count Huntress by Picture This Plus with white silk from Silks for You. And this is what I have done. I think I worked on this a little bit last year, not a ton. I got that middle motif done. Now those motifs do repeat, you can see. So I have one of 3 of those done, and then I've got all of these this border to do, which actually probably would go pretty fast. So if I can get these other 2 done, yeah, those little borders probably wouldn't take me very long. I don't know if this one is going to see any work in 2025. This one is a little bit trickier to work on because it's a darker fabric, and so I need really great light. Oh, it's so beautiful though. Gosh, just all the delicate touches in there. So we'll see if this one comes out. I'm not going to count on it, but one day it will be done and she will be stunning. So Zimmerman Coverlet. All right, next one. Oh, I love this one. This is Anais and Couvert. You guys know I don't speak French. It is a Reflet de Soie. Oh, I have like a piece of tape on it. I don't know what's up with that. Oh, because the bag's ripped. I love this. It's so beautiful. All of these little kind of pastoral scenes. They're so lovely. I have actually been feeling a call to work on this one, which is so funny because we're in the middle of winter. My heart maybe really wants spring to come. I don't know. Let me show you where I've gotten on this one. This one, I've got a little, that corner done, and then I started in on one of those little motifs and a word. So I still have a ton to do. I kind of really want to start attacking this. So I kind of want to bring the border around and work on this. So I think this year I might actually do that. Finish this and then work on this. I think that is like a decent goal. I mean, that is going to take a lot of work. The color changes on that are going to be intensive, but it's going to be so gorgeous when it's done. So I did change a color on this one because in some of these flowers, and let me tell you what it's done on. It is done on, let's see, 40 count Finn's Fence from Seraphim with just the DMC. In some of these flowers, I don't remember where, but it called for like a purple, and I hated the way that it looked. So I went and just found a really pretty pink that I thought complemented it and did that instead. So I have to make sure I remember. I might have to do some matching. So not a ton here. This is another kind of blanket, but it's a half, but it's lovely. So Anais Couvert, if I'm saying that right. All right, that's the first half of my pile. Let me slide this over. Okay, next one is, what is it called? Electrical Light Parade Mandala. This is from, is it Atomic Tiki Pins? Yep, on Etsy. Oh, it's so fun. There's a lot of stitching, but then there's an option to use beads to mimic the lights, and that is what I am going to do. It's going to be so cute. Brenda, Handwork Maniac, is working on this one too, and she has this turtle done and then part of the clock tower, if not the whole clock tower, I think. Anyways, it's really fun. I'm doing this on a 28 count black Jobelin. I started in the middle. I don't think I touched this last year at all. So I thought about just leaving this because it is called for, but if you can tell, I added in a little bit of this, so, and because I wanted to see if it looks like, if it helps and helps it look like it's glowing, and it kind of does. So I think I'll continue that. I mean, that to fill in all of that is going to be a chore, but if I can get all of this like shadowing, so to speak, done, then I could just do this at like a retreat. I don't know, maybe I'll do that. We'll see. It's going to be lovely, but this is a project that's going to take a long time. It's probably not going to be a focus in 2025, but I would actually like to get maybe this middle done and one of the other outside motifs that kind of come off of it. Like maybe, I don't know, maybe I'll tackle Elliot the dragon. He's big, but so we'll see. We'll see what happens, how I feel. But that's where I am on that one. If nothing else, I have the big drum medal. All right, next one. Oh, I love this one so much, and I really want to work on it, but it just doesn't call to me. I don't know. Do you guys ever feel like that? You're like, I love it so much, but I am not drawn to it. This is one of mine. Part of it is because season, okay? Squirrels of Sumatra. It's so fun. It's so beautiful. Oh, it is a very counting intensive. All right, I do not have very much done. This is what I have done. Let me show you. I am doing this on 40 count dark cobblestone with Threadworks color called Honky Tonk. So it is a variegated. Oh my gosh, it's going to be so perfect and so beautiful when it's done. I mean, look at the variegation. But I just have a teeny tiny star, and it is really big, really big. I don't know, maybe this will be one that I pull out in autumn because it is autumn. Again, I love it so much, but I just am feeling pastellies. I don't know, so funny. So there it is. So maybe you'll see some work on this in the autumn. I love it, but not right now. Okay, next, Kringles. We all know it and love it. I'm doing mine on 38 count Himalayan Fog. I'm using a Vicky Clayton silk conversion, which I've said it before. I will say it again. Vicky Clayton silks are so good. So good. I love them. Kringles is so fun. I would love to get some substantial work on this done. I have this middle pretty much done. I would love to get either this whole lower floor done or this whole upper floor and maybe even some of the roof. I'm not sure which direction I'll go because I kind of started both directions, both above and below this middle. But let me show you what I do have done. Okay, here we go. So there's my middle. I'm going to add some fun beads and buttons. So where these wheels are stitched, I'll add buttons. These wheels are buttons. I'm going to add some beads for like eyes. Anyways, so you can see how I started up here and then I started down here. This would be another good fill-in one. If I can get that Kringles in, then I could just sit and fill it in. That would be great. Oh, it's so fun though. I'm really feeling like this might be something I work on during Jolly July. And I do need to finish filling in all of this brickwork, which is easy. That's another great fill-in. So Kringles, this one needs to get some love this year. I am feeling that. So you'll probably see that one come up in 2025. All right, next one. I don't even know if I've ever shown this one. This one was kind of an experiment. So this one is Pennsylvania Christmas Deer by Shakespeare's Peddler. It's so beautiful. And this was the first one that she released. She actually released a second chart that has 2 more pillows on it. I do have that and I would like to stitch them. But this is actually really, really big. She did it on a 36 count and it's really big. I ended up, excuse me, doing it on a 56 count Aztec Red from Weeks with a Vicky Clayton Superfine Silk over one. And I just got this little deer done. Now, to be fair, I just did this in like an hour or two. Sorry, I don't have my board. And it is super cute. It wasn't super hard to stitch on, but can you see how teeny tiny those X's are? They are really, really small. And this is bigger than you think it is. But it's really cute. And if I sat down and focused on this one, I could probably get it done in a decent amount of time. And maybe I will. I don't know if maybe this would be a Jolly July piece that I focus on. But I do want to work on this, I think, a little bit this year. Part of me says it's little and make it your travel project, but I kind of think I'd be crazy to make 56 count a travel project that I just take around with me and work on in the car. Because again, it is just so teeny tiny. You need some decent light. I have decent eyes to see it, but on this color especially, I mean, it's not super dark, but it's dark enough. So, sorry, that's a thread from my pile. So, I don't know. Maybe this will get some work. It might not. We will see. Okay, this one. I'm super excited about this one. Let me show you why. Okay, first of all, it is Saga from Long Dog Samplers. Now, if you might remember, I started this not too long after it came out, and I started here. And I was doing it on kind of a purpley tinged blue fabric with some Silks For You that was kind of an overdyed blue and purple. And I got like, I think most of this dog done and this donkey horse and this column with a little bit of this. And I decided I hated it. My coverage wasn't good. And I didn't like the way that the variegation in the floss was working. It was just really patchy and stripy and it just was not doing it for me. So I ended up starting over, and I think this was my Leap Day start in 2024. So let me show you where I am at. Now, full disclosure, this is not where I left it in 2024 because it is now 2025. We're a week in, and I decided that, and this is one that I would classify as huge. Okay, my 3 huge projects. I have Pandemic by Long Dog, I have Saga by Long Dog, and then that Vierlande Sampler. So I decided that this was going to be my morning focus stitch for 2025. So I worked on it for a week. When I started, I had that done. Okay, so in a week, I've done this column and then all of this inside fill in. Okay, now the columns and those arches, the columns aren't bad because they just repeat, but these arches are very count intensive. And to be honest, I miscounted and had to frog a whole bunch, and I was devastated because my thought was when I was working on it last year, I would do all of the arches, which there are 3 on this bottom one, and then I would go back and fill it in. Well, I had to pull it all out. So when I started working on it in this year in 2025, I brought it down, and then I just felt like I wanted to go in, and I'm so glad that I did because it's so fun. My rough goal is to do an arch a month-ish, especially these big ones, because they're pretty, again, pretty intensive, especially like, just look at all of that. Once I get up to these other ones, I mean, I could probably do like 2 a month. So we'll see. I would love to get this done or almost done in 2025. Look, can you see the outline on that hippo? I do need to add in my initials here. You can see that her initials are in there. So I need to put in my initials, and then I can just fill in all of this. There's a little crab here. I need to fill in this bottom. This is all just a solid stitching bottom. There's a little moon and stars, something that goes up over here, a little bit more of this like water fill in, and then I'm done. Maybe, gosh, another week, I could be done with this little arch, and then I can move on to the other arch. I do need to fill this in. So now I am planning to do a gradient on this, and I don't have my floss with me, but this is a super dark teal. I don't know if it's reading like that, but it is. And I'm so happy with these new choices. Very happy that I did a restart. And then it's going to just go lighter, lighter, lighter as each of the rows goes up. So I have 5 different colors that it will gradiate up to just a very light teal. This fabric is a 46 count. It is from Those Missing Stitches, and it is called, let me find it, Sensitive Sylvie. If you've never tried Lynn's fabrics, they're phenomenal. Really, really great. I just really love working on it. And so, oh my gosh, I just finished outlining this hippo this morning, and it just makes me so happy. So watch for significant progress on this one, and maybe even keep your fingers crossed for a finish. Oh, can you imagine? Anyways, so this is my focus piece, my morning focus. Oh, and there's so many fun details. I didn't even notice until I stitched it, this little cat sitting on top of this goose, and he's just so cute. Oh, it's just so fun. So anyways, Saga. So happy. I'm just so excited. All right, it's on a bed sheet too. Okay, next one. This is also going to be something I really want to get done this year. This is it Cirque Decors? Anyway, Circle of Hearts, Heart Circles. It is lovely, lovely, lovely from Ink Circles. Just the number of hearts in here, and everything is different. Every single thing. Let me show you what I've got done. So I am doing this on 25 count Snow Flurries from Live and Die LA. And I am doing it with just kind of a one-of-a-kind floss from Live and Die LA that is a pink that has some variegation to it. Like, it's really subtle. The camera's not going to pick it up. This is 1/1 though, so it's pretty little. You can see it's pretty little. Like, it takes up just a hair more than the quarter of a fat quarter. I would really love to get this one finished this year. My goal is to work on this really heavy in February and get really close to a finish, if not a finish. So it's just so fun, these different hearts and all of the little motifs. And this is one where I know it doesn't make sense. It's 25 count, 1/1, and I really like it. I still don't know why I don't like the 28 count. It just must be just too small. It's so weird. It's not that much of a difference. But I love this. So that one you should hopefully see done this year. Fingers crossed. I do still have a lot, but I've got that whole border done. So I just need to work on filling in. But to be honest, this one is very count intensive too. Obviously, you can see. But This one's really fun to work on. I really love that one. Okay, next one is Beach Boardwalk from Country Cottage Needleworks. Now, there's like several charts. Let me show you the ones I have done. I have finished the boardwalk sign, the surf shop, the bike shop, and the ice cream shop. So those are the ones I finished. I have 3 left, so I am over halfway done. I have 4 of 7 done. So I need to stitch the souvenir shop, I'm reading these backwards, snack shop, and the saltwater taffy shop. They're all so cute. The color palette is so fun. I am doing this on a 40 count ocean sand from Atomic Ranch. And here is what I have done. It is so cute. Now, the one bad thing is that my fabric is this really pretty light blue with kind of a little touches of brown. Can you kind of see it there? And I love it, but the white does not show up great. So you can see on that white, I have outlined like those clouds and the birds. There were some white parts down here that I've changed out, like this little table and chairs was white. Anyways, I switched up their clothes a lot. I think this was white and I changed it to gray. So I've had to do a little bit of like changing just so it shows up. Oh, I remember these I had to mess with because again, the white wasn't showing up and I didn't want to outline them. If I had to do it again, I probably would pick a darker fabric, a darker blue, but I just love how light and airy this one feels. Again, the color palette's so cute. So I just need to finish the other 3. Actually, they go this direction because the boardwalk sign's in the middle. So I've got those last 3, what are they again? The snack shop, the saltwater taffy shop, and the souvenir shop. So, and these go pretty fast, about, I mean, roughly a week per one. And so I am planning a finish on this one in 2025. I think that's very realistic. And then this will be done and it's so cute. It's just so cute. Those colors make me happy. But I'm not feeling that pull. It's like that out of season thing. I don't know. Okay. These are fun because you have not seen these. So these are your first view of these WIPs. Okay. My first one is, so I have 5 that you have not seen that were new starts in 2024. Okay. This is Pretty Little Hawaii from Satsuma Street. Oh, it's so cute. And I started this because I went to Hawaii in December. Started it at the airport. Started right here in the middle and started working out. I really wanted to get this volcano done and like the rainbow. Didn't quite get there, but let me show you what I did get done. And the color palette is, oh my gosh, her colors are just gorgeous. Okay, ta-da. So I did get a good amount done. See, I did get up to the volcano. I just didn't get it done. These falls are so pretty. I've got this little hut done, and then I need to finish this little tiki. This is the Arizona Memorial, and I do have lots of water fill-ins, so I was kind of trying to pace myself on that, do like some of this other fun stitching, and then go in and fill in a section of water. But, I mean, I'm very happy with my progress on this one for working on it for such a short time. So let me show you. I mean, I'd say I've got a solid 25% done. Honestly, it wouldn't take me much to get to 50% because if we cut that in half, I mean, I just have to go down here, finish filling in a few of those, and then up here, and then I'm 50%. So I really want to finish these 5 that I'm going to show you because they're smaller. I'd really love to finish them this year. And then again, the colors, they're just so fun on this. But when I'm going to be drawn to do this, I'm not exactly sure. So we'll see, hopefully. Okay, next start I had was from another place that I visited and stitched on it in the place. And that is Pretty Little Tokyo we were in Hawaii for my daughter's college graduation, and we were halfway there, so we decided, let's go to Tokyo. So we flew over to Japan. We got to see Mount Fuji. We got to see the Tokyo Tower, which is very much like the Eiffel Tower, except it's red, which is really cool. And it's like a little bit smaller, but you can go up inside it, and it's like all walled in. It was really cool. So again, it's just so fun. All of those colors. And Tokyo was fantastic, you guys. Oh, we had such a good time in Tokyo. All right, let me show you what I've got done. So I really wanted to get the things finished that we went and saw, and I did pretty good. So I got Tokyo Tower done. I got Mount Fuji done. Then these towers, we went and saw those. Well, we saw them from a distance when we went and explored the city. So that's what I've got. I still have quite a bit to do, but I feel like this is one of the smaller ones that she has, Satsuma Street. Both of these are on like a 28 count white lugana. So let me show you. Let's see. Do like a little comparison. So I would say I've got a solid 25, maybe even like 25%, maybe even a third of it done. But it's just super cute. But again, some of it is kind of intensive because you've got, can you see there's like 4 or 5 colors in this tower, because there's this kind of purpley pink, and then this red, and this reddy pink, and then this light pink, and then oh, this medium pink. So there's like a lot. And then these are cherry blossoms that I started. But again, super fun. I love these pretty little cities so much. They're just so fun. All right, then I really wanted to stitch some Christmas, because I stitched some Christmas in Jolly July, but we were just so busy in December and trying to get everything done so that we could go, because I had to prep Christmas super early. Anyways, it was just busy. So I took along 3 Christmas new starts that I started and that are still WIPs that I am hoping to finish this year. And I think I should be able to. It shouldn't be too hard because they're little. They're all 3 by Heartstring Sampleries. First one is Joyous Altogether. They're just these cute little pillows that she has. So this one I did on, let's see. Oh, it disappeared. I think this is 40 count. Oh, 40 count fawn from Picture This Plus. So this one I got really close to being done. I stitched this on one of the plane rides, I think on the way to Tokyo. I'm doing it with Belsois Sister Scarlet, which is lovely. So all I really have left to do on this one is I've got to do this huge motif, and I just didn't have it in me to do that big motif and then finish bringing the border around. So it won't take me very long to finish this one. So you can pretty much guarantee that this will be a finish in 2025. Then I did, let's see, this was my next one. Okay, Sounding Joy has kind of a similar feel, but it is different. Let me show you these side by side, so you can see how it's different. All right, so this one I am doing on 40 count khaki from xJuDesigns, and I am using Cottage Garden Threads Ivy, which is kind of this yellow green to ivy green variegation. And here's what I got done on that one. So this one, I have more to do on it, but again, it's not super big. Should go pretty fast. So, and I did do that this big motif. So, but see that bottom border is just easy, and then I do need to work on this top border, so you can see I did this one. So I just need to do those 2, another little star, bring it down, finish the words. I mean, It'll take me a minute, but not super long. So I love how that floss is looking on this fabric. This is definitely a green tinged fabric, even though it's called khaki, and it's beautiful. All right, then, excuse me, the last one. I can't show you because I just have the chart. And I bought it at Jingle Ball last year, 2 years ago. I don't remember. It says 22, so I might have bought it 2 years ago. But it is called, what is it called? Love and Joy. So it's very similar. It's actually very similar to this one, except it's basically flipped like this, and then the words are here because this motif is on this other side. So let me show you what I got done. I did this one on 40 count Optina by Tropical Stitches. So not a ton, but a little bit. So I've got to do those flower sprays across, and then over here will be that big medallion. Again, it's just like that green one, but flipped. And I am stitching this with Glisten Gloss. Color wash, hand painted Japanese silk. I don't remember where I got this, but it's color 550. This is lovely to work with. It's super thin. Like, I think you could use this on 56 count and it would be lovely. And I don't have any problems with it knotting up. It's my very first time using it and I really like it. I'm not sure where you can buy it, but if you have some or run across any, it might be worth a try. And it is 12 stranded, which is amazing. So, all right. Those are my WIPs for 2024 with a sneak peek of things that you hadn't even seen before. If there is something that you love that you would love to see me stitch on, will you write that in the comments? And if I get enough comments for one project, then maybe I'll make it a focus piece. Again, Saga is going to be my morning focus, but then in the evenings, I usually switch it up monthly. So if there's something that you see that you're like, oh, I want to see big progress on that, or I'd love to see a finish, then let me know. Some for sure that will be a finish. Harriet Cooper, my Circle of Hearts, and my Queen of Freedom. Those are 3 that I really, really, really want to get done. Like, those are at the top of my list. So anyways, I hope you guys have a wonderful 2025. And until next time, your mission, should you choose to accept, is to stitch. Bye, everyone.